Here's a fun game. I'm a little sad Scott's not here to play this game with me. Let's just imagine the Yankees are starting a American League Division Series tomorrow. Who are the four pitchers you're going with, and in what order?
So if it was starting tomorrow, I think we can assume that Nestor would be the odd man out.
Okay.
Maybe Clark, right?
Well, I mean, Nestor Cortez. What you're gonna have a home game? Nestor Cortez has been literally unhittable at Yankee Stadium.
But I think what I would do is I think games 1 and 2. Well, I think at game 1 is probably Stroman, because I think that he is. I think with no Cole, I think he is the most stable. I think he is the most consistent. Like, I think Rodon. I mean, they've been like virtually the same, but I'm just a little bit more comfortable.
You don't trust him as much.
I don't trust him as much.
Who do you want coming back for a potential Game 5 winner take all?
Stroman.
That's right. That is as much of a question about who do you trust most in Game 1 as who do you trust most in Game 5.
I also am confident. I don't think Stroman would go out there and lay an egg.
Suck.
Like,
he's not going to suck.
Like Rodon would go out there and there's a world where he gives up 7 runs still, and he's done it.
He doesn't make it out of the second inning, and you're down 5-0.
But I think I would go Stroman, and I think I would give Rodon Game 2.
So you're going heel on the road.
I think I would go heel on the road, but I think you could flip those two.
Heel,
but
2,
I think
Rodon 3, and then Cortez 4.
Well, Schmidt 4.
So no Cortez. Oh, you said Cortez is the odd man out.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think? You think it would be Schmidt? Because I think it'd be one of those two.
Yeah, I mean, Clark Schmidt's last 2 games, you can argue he's looked worse. He's not been bad by any means, but he's looked worse. If Glaber doesn't make the error, we're going to talk about the Glaber error in that meltdown. But if Glaber doesn't make that error, who knows? Maybe that game looks differently on Sunday.
Yeah, he's been so good too. It's hard to say that you wouldn't want him starting a playoff game. I mean, I think I'd still be a little bit more confident with Nestor, but also I think Nestor would be Nestor coming out of the bullpen gets me excited. I think that could be effective. Schmidt, I know he's done it, but
what situations is Nestor coming out of the bullpen though? Because when
piggyback.
A piggyback, meaning your starter can only get through 4 innings. So now,
no, I'm saying the way that, I guess almost how they used King at his peak, or the way the Astros used, if it was the playoffs, the way the Astros used their starters, where it was give me 6 and the starter will get you the next 3.
Yeah, how the Nationals won their championship in 2019.
Nestor could go out there and
but
7,
Nestor Cortez isn't Strasburg coming out with 98 mile an hour gas.
No, but I mean the Astros did that with no names and
McCullers throwing 77 curveballs in a row.
Right, and Charlie Morton coming out and doing the
Charlie
same
Morton's
thing.
not a no name.
No, but at the time it was who's this guy? I remember in 2017, I mean, he wasn't. It was before they were.
Yeah.
Full sticky stuff.
I mean, the only risky part with saying, "Oh, Nestor's going to be our secret weapon," or any starting pitcher is going to be our secret weapon out of the bullpen in the playoffs, is that's the first time they're doing that.
Well, also, Nestor and Schmidt have both done it. I mean, remember when they brought Schmidt into that game in Cleveland a couple years ago to close out the game?
Yeah.
It's just, what? There's probably not a wrong answer, and the way they would probably do it, if I had to guess, was they'd say the first 2. They'd say, all right, it's going to be Stroman and Rodon, and then the first 3, and then they'd say, oh, we don't know who the Game 4 starter is. They would make them both available,
depending on if you're up 2-1 or down 2-1.
Right, and they'd make these pitchers available in the other games, and they'd make Schmidt and Cortez both available, in a Game 3 if they're down. You know what I mean?
I think what I would do is I like your thought on Stroman being stable and also trusting him in a potential Game 5. So I'm not. I'm okay with starting him in Game 1. I really like Nestor Cortez at home though, and he's pitched playoff games for them before.
So you'd go him Game 2?
I think I would go him Game 2. I'd probably go Rodon Game 3 and heel Game 4, and Clark Schmidt's the odd man out. And that's not really a knock on Clark Schmidt. It's just the other guys have been so good right now.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I get the idea of Cortez at home, and you're also comfortable with him.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I mean, after talking about it, I'd probably go Cortez over Schmidt. But I mean, Schmidt has been just as, he's been the second best pitcher this month, outside of heel. So it's hard to say.
It's a classic good problem to have, Logan.
Right, as Michael
So
K would say.